I want to say thank you for all of you who are here today. We want to definitely make a significant impact to the way you use AI. All of you have access to a lot of the platforms that are made available, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. But hopefully, after this 3-hour session, you will get a more insight into how you could use it even more effectively. And shortly also, I will introduce my team. There are more members of Smart Avatar team who are also following from the Netherlands, and we also have a team in Bangladesh. And I will introduce that team. And I also want to especially thank the team because this is a festival, as an Islamic festival today, and they decided to be on this event so that they can support me and they can support you guys in every way possible. Just before I start, I want to say that I'm Mahbubul Alam. I'm the chairman and founder of Smart Avatar. I'm also the president of AI Mixer, which is established here in Silicon Valley in California. And with me, I have my team. I'll just name them. I have Afran Sharkar. He's our lead AI engineer. We have Shamim. He's also our AI engineer. We have Mustafiz. He's also our AI marketing engineer. And we have few more other people who are not, they don't have the camera on, so I don't know, but I know they are attending. So just for you to know. Afran will be assisting me as well in one of the hands-on. What we will try to do is this is very intensive, so hopefully you don't, there won't be any time for you to fall asleep. I can guarantee you that. But the question is, how do we balance between this and a little bit hands-on? And doing remotely is going to be definitely a challenge because I don't have an eyes and the ears of seeing where you are, how long you need. So if we cut something short and say, okay, let's go back to the the practical hands-on is over. Let's go back to the theory again. Don't be disappointed. This material will be made available through the MetaCities, through Katharina and Tanya. So you will have that and you will have our contact address, so you can always reach out to us. All right. So with that being said, I want to start today's session. So it's build, grow, and launch. I think the mic is only open to me. Okay, so what are we going to do? So let me see, how does it, okay, I click here. I don't know if I can get rid of this top part, but okay. Looks like some of this space is taken up by some, okay, yeah. Great. So what are you gonna walk out with today? You're gonna learn how to design AI prompts with surgical precision. So all of you do prompt all the time. You say, "Oh, write me an email, write me on that." But today, what you will see is why prompt is going to make a big difference. And you might think, "Oh, come on, why is that?" But I will bring you up to speed on that. You will also experience build with no code AI end to end. Sometimes it's called vibe coding. So, and for that, you need to be an architect and a system level thinking. And this is a good news for everybody. There are many people out there who think, "Hey, I'm not a coder. I'm an engineer, but I don't code." Well, great news is that if you know how to architect and if you know what you want, AI is there to make it happen. So you have to do the critical thinking and strategic decision making of how you want it, what you want it. AI will help you build it, and that's what we're going to show you how you can achieve that. And people who know coding, they will be able to actually use that also just to accelerate their development time. In a nutshell, if I tell you what is to take us before 2 weeks, if you know agile methodology, we have sprint every 2 weeks. What is to take us 2 weeks now takes 2 minutes. So that is the type of transformation AI is offering us in terms of developing. Then we will develop production grade AI system. We'll create AI powered business model. That's going to be an amazing. You guys going to do it. I will show you one of the business models how it works. We are going to architect autonomous AI agents, so also known as agentic AI. You will do a pitch to you'll pitch your AI solution if you have the time. You'll pitch it. I'll give you the tool online that Smart Avatar has made available, and you will see that it will be evaluated by the top Silicon Valley avatars. So we have actually taken the top-notch Silicon Valley executives, and we have actually taken their knowledge and built an avatar. And so you will have a virtual Shark Tank, and they are going to be as critical as they are in real life, and maybe even more. So you will have that advantage of testing all your ideas and everything through this. In fact, we use this all the time in our company, and it is helping us big time. You will also learn to know that in the age of AI, anything that is written are losing a lot of trust. So you need to build trust. So in the age of AI, your networking, human networking, your visibility, and your body of work that you have done, you need to show it. So writing is not good, is not okay. I mean, the last week I just saw an article saying everybody's cover letter or motivation letter and resume or CV looks exactly the same, because they just use chat GPT or Gemini and say, okay, give me something, and everybody's looks the same. So you need to learn to differentiate yourself, because it is a very tough market out there. I don't need to say that. So very important to build your online presence, and we will show you how to do that. We have tools for that. And last is think like an AI entrepreneur. That's given in this. If you're with us, you will think like an AI entrepreneur. In order to take full advantage of this training, you should actually have, if not, while I'm talking, please make sure you are signed into Google Gemini, you have Google Flow TV. These are all free. We made sure every tools that we are talking over here, there's a free version of subscription that you can use today. They give certain credit, and some are giving, renews the credit every month, but so that you can go along with us and try some of the things. Then you have Luma AI. Of course, hopefully everybody knows Chat GPT, Claude AI from Anthropic. You should sign up. It's all free. You have AI Prompt Mixer. You have AI Job Mixer. Those are the two platforms that we will be using. Actually, we'll be starting with AI Prompt Mixer immediately. So please make sure you are signed in. It's Google sign in, very simple. And the very important thing is also to download Google Anti-Gravity, which is the platform for creating one of the platform for creating AI agents and agentic agents. Those are also free. At least a certain usage limit that you will not run out today, at least. Okay. Couple of things is that in addition to this training, we realize that this is a very intensive and heavy training, but we really want to make sure that you really take full advantage of it. So I would say that post training, I would highly recommend things like you will come across what is called LinkedIn Makeover, which we will talk at the very end. You need to make sure your profile is really up to speed. Most people don't know what is their LinkedIn score. How well have they written their LinkedIn score? Today, the recruiters and HR are scanning the LinkedIn with an AI, and they are approaching you. If you approach them, most likely you don't hear back from them. But they are actually scouting and looking through, and they're using AI. So you need to use AI um, to go against an AI, or so to speak. So you need to make sure your profile is really scoring very high, and it is very punchy. It is written in the best possible way. Um, then you need to do your personal portfolio website. This is very important. If you come to any top-notch universities in the US, you know that you have to show a body of work. You have to put your portfolio together in terms of your sports, your community service, your education, a whole, who you are as a whole. Same thing you have to do nowadays for job also. You have to show all your projects, whether you're connected to GitHub or you have done art and design. You have to show your artwork. If you have done videos, you have to show your videos. So we have a platform where you can use that. Is for free. So you create a portfolio website that allows you to portray your full body of work. So next to your resume, which is 99% of people are writing with generative AI, but then you have a portfolio that actually helps to complement and strengthen your profile. uh, Also, you will also learn how to do prompt to 3D videos or 3D ad. You see a lot of 3D ads, things that are coming out of screen, so some fun. We will do that also. We don't want it to only to be, like, oh my God, heavy duty. We should also have fun with AI. Then we will create AI agents, and then also you need to also, once you have an agent, so we will teach you how to build agent, and agents are always in a markdown file, .md files. And if you share those, if you build one of those and then you write something about your agent, we will also give a special certificate from Smart Avatar. Okay. So the five modules that we'll be going today is, the first one is we're gonna talk about prompt and contextual engineering, and there you'll learn about how important is your prompt. So if you take a step back on the AI, there are I don't know if you are aware of it. There are 5 layers of AI stack, what the world is working on. So the bottom layer is the energy. Without energy and water resource, you cannot have compute powered. So the energy is the most important, and you see a lot of the countries, their grids are not capable of supporting AI. So this multi-trillion dollar companies nowadays, I want to say, no more billion, close to trillion, they are also trying to have their own power to power their AI. And in many other countries, they are talking about nuclear powering the AI hyperscalers. So that is the bottom layer. The layer on top of is compute layer, and you see the rush for the NVIDIA chipsets. And so they are not the only one. You have the NVIDIA. Most of the people are using that, but also you have from Google, you have the TPU, the TensorFlow processing unit. So Google has their own solutions, and therefore you will see the Gemini is relatively cheaper or more. You can get more bang for the buck, means you can get more for less money, because Google is not, it's all vertically integrated, their own solution. And in China, Huawei has recently launched a chipset that is used in a lot of in China, and also in many other Asian countries like Malaysia. That's used by Alibaba, and there's a model called Quen. So what I'm trying to say is that the compute space is very limited. There is oversubscribed for NVIDIA chipset. NVIDIA is the first company to reach a valuation that is equivalent to the third largest country. It's valued today at $5.7 trillion. So if NVIDIA was a country, it would be United States, China, and then NVIDIA, and then would be Japan, and then would be Germany, just to give you an idea how big valuation is NVIDIA. And that is just doing compute. That is the second layer. The third layer on top of that is what we call the frontier model, or also known as the large language model, LLM. And this is where you find Anthropic, you find OpenAI, you find the Google's Gemini and Grok from XAI, or Llama, and of course European Mistral is there. So that's the third layer, and then the fourth and the fifth very quickly is agentic, and then application. So that's why that's why you will see that everything resides on the LLM. So giving a right prompt can make a difference between make a huge difference. And also when we go into the world of agentic, an agentic application uses about 100 times more energy than your general prompt. So the energy demand is also going to go up. So that's just a little bit contextual information for you to understand what's happening in the landscape of AI. So we're going to go into that, into the prompt engineering. That's why writing the right prompt is very important, because you will save token, because there is no free lunch. You might think, oh, now I'm using for free, but very soon these are all private companies, and they're going to turn the, they're going to turn the key, and then very soon you have to pay for it. So if you don't know how to use tokens in a very efficient way, you may get into a bad habit, and then you will be emptying your bank. There's no nicer way to put it. Okay, then we'll talk about AI assisted development. We will build AI agent. We'll do the business foundation, and we will have the Silicon Valley pitch. Uh, if you complete the things that I talked about in the previous slide, when you have those slides, you will get a certificate, and those certificate is very unique because it has a unique ID, like a blockchain type of code, which is very unique, and that can be verified on our website. So it's not like anybody can copy and write their name. We went through a big length to make sure that our IDs are unique, and there is a public server over there that you can always check your anybody, not you, anybody can check the validation of that ID with the name and what kind of certificate. So yeah, we take it very serious. Going to the next one, today's course is really hitting uh, the core, which is not only you are going to do a technical agents, but also you will learn how to build your personal brand, and also we will also teach you how to become an entrepreneur or your ideas. You don't have to be entrepreneur. Any ideas that you have, how do you use AI to create those ideas, and how do you use the AI tools to validate and get a feedback? And the type of feedback you will get is probably better than any advisor out there, because we have created a Shark Tank, which is who is who of the world. And they are all avatars, and they're all free for us and for you as well. Okay. So going on to the next one. So let's give a quick overview of what's to come. And I'm going to go very quickly. So we talked about the five things, and what you will master from each one of them. And the reason for your getting your prompt and contextual engineering is very important, so that you can get a very good outcome. The difference between a lazy prompt, I'll talk about a concept called lazy prompt, which majority of us do all the time. Even I do sometimes. If you're not conscious, you end up writing a prompt, and then you start modifying that prompt after, or the result that you get is a mediocre response or inference or output. The reason is that the LLM is an LLM for everybody, the large language model. It does not know if the user is a high school student, if the user is a PhD, or if the user is a business or is a finance guy. So you need to be able to, one thing people don't know, that you can tune the LLM. So every time you do a prompt, the very first prompt, you are actually tuning the LLM, and LLM is trying to think, what kind of response am I going to give to this person? And so if you give a lazy prompt, then LLM doesn't know what response, and they are giving you a mediocre response, and you are maybe satisfied, and you're tweaking it a little bit better. So knowing how to do a prompt is tuning the LLM to provide you the best response. And the difference is day and night. Okay. So also we will also talk about the architecture. We'll go today we will use these three platforms. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, both from inference point of view, their specific application focus point of view, and also from token point of view. So we'll go through this very briefly. I want to give more time to make sure that we will be able to, as I go through some of the exercise, that we will do a breakout, not breakout in the sense going anywhere, but we'll allocate some time for you to do some exercise on this here. So let's look at what you're going to have. If you have the autonomous system builder, you will be able to do some of the task independent. So what is an agent, and what is an agentic AI? Many people use that they like synonym to each other, but they are not. An agent is something that does a task. You schedule it, it does a task, and it takes an action and does the tasks. But an agentic AI is an agent that actually evaluates the outcome. The outcome that is there, it is going to evaluate, and that is going to automatically go as input to the system. So it's self-learning, it's self adjusting, self-modifying, and that is the difference between an agentic. Also, we like to, we like to call it autonomous agent, but marketing term is agentic agent, agentic AI. But if you want to call it agent, then you say autonomous agent. So autonomous agents are agentic AI. So you will see how that works and how it is doing. And it's actually more simpler nowadays than you think, because this trillion-dollar companies like Anthropic and OpenAI, they have gone in great length to make sure that it's so simple that average Joe can use it. And that's what I'm going to show you. So it sounds more complex than than actually it is. Okay. And then of course, when you have this agent, you'll be using to create a business model, and your value proposition, your target users, your revenue. You're gonna just generate like anything. So what you need to do as a human is you need to be critical thinker. You need to be very. You need to not take everything like a gospel. You need to challenge the AI, but it's gonna do the work. Think about it. It's like your it's someone who does the execution, but you get to do the bigger thinking. Yes, it can suggest a lot of nice things, and it may be right, it may be wrong, but if you use your thinking and critical thinking, you will be able to use the AI in the most um, optimal way. There are many people who are outsourcing their thinking to AI, and they are making a big mistake. Because if you outsource your thinking to AI and you take everything what AI gives as a fact, I can tell you that within 6 months or 1 year, you will not be able to live or do anything without AI, because you will be so dependent. You like, for everything I need my AI, right? And your thinking level will hamper. So this is a debate in the academia, that whether AI should be allowed in at academia, and there are two schools of thought. One school of thought is give the students AI and let them enhance the research even faster and further, and that is, we are seeing in medicine and medical, that is definitely working. And there's other school of thought where professors are seeing that people are becoming very lazy, and it's very easy to pass, and they are using AI as a tool to bring the answers, and they're not using their critical thinking. And you will hear all kinds of news, good, bad, ugly. I was shocked to see that last week, UC Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley, which is a top institute, banned using AI. So I think it's a very strong measurement, but I think there is some ground, because a lot of the students are becoming very lazy. And I just want to tell you that AI has the capability for all of you to pass any exams, any test. But trust me, if you're just going to pass and get a degree, that's not going to work anymore in the economy that we are heading to. Because passing a degree was what is to be known as knowledge economy. Okay, that's where we are coming from. But in the last 3 years, since Chat GPT was launched, September of 2022, or four, yeah, 3, 4, it's not yet 4 years yet, 3.5 years, the world has changed. So it's no more your degree is valuable, but if you are able to know the fundamentals and the foundation and be critical. So just having a degree is not going to get you much further. So and that's where a lot of the some institutes are reacting in a way of saying let's ban AI, and other institutes are saying okay, let's make sure that AI is used in a in a way to amplify your thought process. So that's very important. So three things you can do with AI. If you give good input, you'll get great output. If you give just average things, you'll get good output. If you give bad things, you'll get bad output. So it's just an amplifier of your thought process, and it helps you to think through more. Yes, does it give amazing answers? Yes, but you need to think with does it suit you, and you need to direct it. So that's what you're going to also learn today. Okay. Last but not least, as I said, you're going to take your inputs and you're going to put into our system, and it's gonna give you amazing output that you will see you will have a virtual Silicon Valley top-notch entrepreneurs feedback, and it's very harsh. I will show you one example that even good companies don't get great result because this avatars that we have created and their knowledge base, they are iconic people, and you know them. I'm not going to name them now, and they are very very tough in evaluation. So if you don't get a great grade from them, don't be surprised because yeah, the bar is pretty high. Okay, so let's go to the first part. Let's see, how am I doing? Half an hour is gone, so let's speed up. So core techniques of for effectively using AI prompt. We'll try to do a live exercise, hands-on drill, and build your personal prompt toolkit. We'll go through all of those. You will have the deck. So let's go through this. So most important is, why is a prompt? And when I say prompt mixer, is a tool that we have. So I hope you will press on this one, aipromptmixer.com, because that's a very important tool. It will be your lifesaver. Even though you might think, why do I need to do prompt? I write every day, all the time on Chat GPT and Gemini. Well, the difference between using a proper prompt and not using a proper prompt is getting a deterministic output. Not many people can get a deterministic output. So that's why we are going to use that AI prompt mixer. It's a tool that we created to make sure, because we found and continue to find that people don't know how to write contextual prompts and or prompt engineering or contextual engineering, and that's why it's important. And with that, you will be doing it, you'll be learning how to write a proper prompt, and with the same prompt you'll be able to not only have a nice blogs or articles, but you'll also, with the prompt, you'll be able to generate images, deterministic, or as much deterministic as possible. And then also you'll be able to generate videos and 3D animations. Okay, so the very first thing that I see even today, I call it the lazy prompt. And lazy prompt is something like an example here: write a business proposal for AI agent startup. This is most people will go to and they will say, okay, I want a business proposal for AI agent startup. But and that is the problem, because AI doesn't know how to tune the model. It doesn't know what is the level you're expecting. So it's just going to give you some mediocre average output, and it's going to be generic, fluffy, and then you're going to ask it, no, like this, like that, and you're going to tweak it a little bit more. You may need 10 prompts, but you may not get to the result that you want. A good engineering prompt is when you define a prompt by giving 4 key characters. You need to say what is the role, because why you are doing that, because you are tuning the AI LLM model for that. So you are saying what is the role you're going to play. So in this case it says act as a business to business SaaS startup advisor, software as a service startup advisor. So you're saying, you LLM, now you are acting as a advisor for a business to business SaaS, and then you're giving it a task. Doesn't matter what prompt it is, you need to always think about role. I need to give it a role. I'm not just going to generate, say, write me a business proposal. No, you need to say what kind of role is that LLM is going to play. Then you're going to tell what task it has to do. I want 3 page, I want 4 page, I want this, I want you to do this, X, Y, and Z, right? And then you need to define the constraint. Many people don't do the constraint. And the constraint, a good habit is to say, ask me all the questions before you give me a response. If nothing is clear, ask me clarification question, and you'll be surprised if you write that. If you don't write that, the LLM is going to guess and going to give it to you. But if you write that, it's going to help you answer some questions to crystallize your thought, and it will become more sharper and sharper, more clear outcome. And then in the output, you want to say what kind of output you want. Do you want in a doc file, or do you want it in a .md file? Do you want it as a PDF? Do you want it as a CSV file? How do you want, or HTML? How do you want the output? So a good prompt is a single prompt where you define role, task, constraint, output. Doesn't matter what you're asking for. And if you do that, you will see, you might be, a lot of the students, I know that they are multitasking. They might be having a chat window on the side, and they're like immediately testing it out. Test it out, and let me know that how it works out. Doesn't matter which platform, whether you're using Claude or Gemini or GPT. All right. So this is the basic, but the same concept not done properly becomes a big issue. And I'll tell you what's the big issue. The big issue is here. When you start a workflow is not a single prompt. When you use a workflow, this is where you see the difference. So and this is something I have found in my own company. Our marketing team also has created some of those things, but a little bit change on the input creates a huge dramatic difference in the output, because they have not created a structure delimiter. So what happens is, what can change? For example, you are making a one kind of product today, and a software product, and suddenly you want to use hardware product or something else, but you are doing it for your company. So you have a certain style of writing, a um, uh, certain design that is there. So it's gonna lose all those capability. You may have got it right perfectly, but if you change the input significantly, then your output will change. Not only that, you may not have changed your input, but suddenly the frontier model, the LLM model vendors have decided to upgrade their model. So, for example, from Chat GPT 5.4 to 5.5. Wow, what was working yesterday will not give you the same result, because you have not created in a engineered way of workflow. And this is something, it's a little bit boring. By the way, this is the most boring part probably. After that, we're going to have a lot of fun, and you're going to do hands-on. But if you learn to write it in a XML, what happens is you define how to look at it, look at each file. And this is very important, because a lot of the times why do you use automated workflow? Later you will see an email response. Afran is going to demonstrate and show you how an automated email, anybody can send an email, it parses the information and it responds back. If you don't do it right way, because there is so much room, that if you don't do it in an engineered way, and if you clearly not define its demarcation and what it can do, what it cannot do, and what the output has to be, and how the field has to be, you have to really precisely define each one of them. If you don't do it, people can trick the LLM to do certain thing that you have not designed, and then suddenly you will say, oh, it started refunding, or it started accepting, or it started sending something that was not meant to be, because people know how to prompt. So remember, when you have a email that is, or a chatbot or a AI agent that is interacting customer facing, if it is not done right, um, we can trick the chatbot by giving it a tricky question, and it will start spitting out things, because its boundary conditions have not been well guarded and defined. And that's why you need to do that engineering prompt. This is a little bit heavy, but you can go to the AI prompt mixer and learn about it. But there are also easy ways of doing things. This is a little bit heavy duty example of a situation. A marketing manager inputs a prompt like, write me a marketing post about a new enterprise AI software update. As I said, if you do it the traditional way, you may have got it right perfectly, but you need to do it in this way, in an engineered way. And if you do it in this way, doesn't matter if the underlying LLM is not only OpenAI, but you change it to Gemini or you change it to Claude, your output, the quality of the output and what you are expecting will be consistent. And this is a thing that I've seen even in my own company, where our marketing are just they have done a great prompt, but then suddenly they're spending 2 hours tweaking the prompt because suddenly it's not working because it's a little bit different. The model is different, or the input is different. But if you do it in this way, it will have zero impact on that. They will doesn't matter what the underlying model is. They will get a consistent output. There's a lot of material we have to go through, but I'm just brushing on them very quickly because these are some of the heavy material that you can go into our prompt and learn over there. But then we're gonna. So this is the difference between how you do a traditional way and an engineered way. Uh, I want to say this is the most heaviest part of the training. So if you are awake, good news. After this, we're gonna have lots of fun, and you're gonna be doing hands-on, but much nicer, cooler things, which will hopefully excite you, and you might think, wow. Okay, so let's go through this. So if we look at, so this is a platform that we have created called AI Prompt Mixer, and it has a couple of amazing things. So not only you get to learn how to do how to learn prompt and everything is 100% free if you're doing the training, 16 trainings, and you get a special certificate, and that's a different certificate when you get this. It's not easy, but if you use AI to get the answers, you may pass the test, but the question is how much you know is different. A magic prompt optimizer is amazing because you can write a lazy prompt, and it will give you the right engineered structured prompt. So and then you use that, and your outcomes are going to be absolutely mind blowing. So you got it. That's why we call it the magic prompt optimizer. Then we have also image to prompt, so you can take anybody's photo or any photo, and you can create the prompt out of it, and if you use that prompt again somewhere else, you can recreate that image. So that might be very interesting, that you found an image and you say, oh, you took a photo with your phone or something, and you said, okay, I would like to reproduce that. You can do that. Not only you can reproduce that, you will see that our tool also allows you to modify that. So now that you got the prompt and you said, well, what if I change my background from nature to San Francisco downtown, or what about I do something else? So because we took the essence of that, we break down that image, and we create the prompt, so you will be able to actually customize it to anything you want. So very powerful. Same thing with the video. So the video prompt is we can take any of the MP4. Not only you can create one prompt to video, but video to prompt is reverse engineer. So we can reverse engineer any of the YouTube videos, any ad, any videos out there, and we can create a prompt. And if you take that prompt and go back to any of the video tools, like Veo from Google or Luma AI, you can actually reproduce the same video. But above and beyond, what if you want to create your own variation, and that we provide that capability, and you'll be doing it, by the way. These things I'm not talking, you'll be doing it very soon. I'm just giving you an update of what you could do. Of course, prompt customization is also there. You will learn how to customize your prompt, and then there's a prompt challenge. This is probably an heavy duty people who wants to really like, yes, I want to master this contextual engineering. You are most welcome to go and take that challenge. The challenge is free and the learning is free, and for the others you get quite a good amount of credit. So you should be able to do a lot of things. I'm not going to go into this. These are some of the points. If you want to get a certificate, there are beginners, intermediate, advanced, and expert level, and there are a lot of points. If you go to the expert level, you learn a lot more about safeguards and safety and guardrails, which is very important in any product that you build in Europe, because we have a high emphasis on ethics and safety and guardrails. So definitely go over there. If you want a multi-agent system and you want to know how to do that, you have to get to that level. But there is a for everybody, there is a path for you to learn. You just press this platform. So I'm just going to press this platform. Let's see where it goes. So it goes to exactly to the prompt mixer. You can sign in. It's very simple. Just sign in using your Google, and I'm using a free one, and you can go over there. So this is the module one. There's module two, module three, and by the way, it tells you also not only and of course there is also this thing that says, oh, if you run out of credit, no, you get a lot of credit. 100 credit is a lot. You get, and so you can go all the way to expert. The good thing is it teaches you. It's meant to teach you. So if you do wrong, it tells you, no, this is how you should do it. So it's not like, oh, you got it wrong. So one thing. Okay. So one click to Magic Optimizer. I think the optimizer is an amazing tool. As I said, you can do any lazy prompt. You can just put any prompt, and it just makes into a amazing prompt, and that's what it is. So we can go through it together, and then what I would say is that I will open this, or people can go to the optimizer, and then um, uh, just I'll show one, and then how about you all can see it. So I'm going to go to this and look at it. It could be someone might be saying, write a blog post about coffee. Let's do that. I'm just write a blog post about about coffee, and this is typically you might do that every day on a chat GPT or something like that. Oh, give me something like that. But look at what happens. This is what I call a lazy prompt. Obviously you can optimize for blog or email or for code, for recipes, travel. I mean, there are much more customization. I'm just keeping it simple right now. You can choose anyone, by the way, and you can do it also for travel. It changes the context, but if you do the optimization, and you will see a simple prompt like this, is going to use the contextual information. It's done. So it tells you, it creates and it tells exactly that you're a blog post writer. It provides a constraint how much words you're going to have between 600 to 800. You can always customize, but it's also giving what kind of, if you're drinking coffee, you need to be a coffee enthusiast. It's going to be a nice atmosphere. So it gives a body of contextual information, which is role, task, constraint, and the way you want the output to be. And if you use this between these two, try it on your own. I would say this is a moment where I would say I want to pause. It's called aipromptmixer.com/magic dot dash optimizer. Go over there, just give it a try and see the two prompts, and then use any of your I mean, I can just copy it here. I can just show you that. I mean, I can take that one also and show you, but let me just use a simple chat GPT. It's a free one. I'm not even paying anything. So just showing you that what it would be. And if you were just to paste it over there, and you do that prompt, and it is going to give you in a very specific, amazing way how a very simple prompt is written, and it's worth the read. How you get the response. Again, it was supposed to be a blog about, write a post about coffee, so obviously you want to create a whole scene. In contrast to, I can create another screen, and I can tell you, if I put write me about a coffee. So you see this one, so you have an idea of how this looks like. I'm not going to parse it here. You can do it on your own. That's the whole idea. Okay. But if I were to do a new one, and I just go and, oh, sorry, where is my, oh yeah, it's here. I just say, write a blog post about coffee, because that's a lazy prompt, and the lazy prompt is going to end up doing something like, you might say, oh, this is good enough for me, but there's a big difference in how the two comes out, and you'll mark the difference. It's not about the length of the blog, but it's the quality of the blog that shows up. So that is something you can. I see a hand raised.
Yeah,
I see a.
I have a question.
Yes.
Uh, why is it possible to achieve the same results by using an example ChatGPT again? You write the prompt and you tell him, I want you to do prompt engineering on this specific prompt.
Yeah, so if you do the engineered version, which is you would get, it's usually good for responding and giving a precise. It's not for creative writing. Okay, so the hallucination level will be tweaked when you are responding. So if you are having a, a, a bot, or if you are having an email response, then it is possible to get a similar response, because we are constraining the way it is written. We want JSON output, we want XML file, we want it this way. We are only looking for certain things, and we have prescribed it from our knowledge base, from our RAG, exactly what to write. But if you're writing a free flowing essay, like any this kind of thing, there is this sort of text are supposed to have a high level of the temperature is supposed to be high, so that it has the creativity. So in using LLM, you on one side you want to be as deterministic as possible if you're going towards medical and law and mathematics. On the other side is the level of you want to be very creative, visionary, open thinking. So this is where you have three parameters that are there, that you need to tweak it based on the application, that is temperature and top P and top K. Those you can do only with APIs. But the answer to your question is not in this kind of text. These are creative text writing. But if it is a company writing an email response back, automated response, because then you have actually engineered it in such a way that it's not going to be a stochastic response or a random response. It's going to be very close to very deterministic. I wouldn't say it's never 100% deterministic, because LLM was never meant to be deterministic. LLM is always meant to predict the next word. The tokens are meant to predict the next word, but we do have tools in our disposal that allows us to tweak it. And that's why you can use LLM also for legal, and you can use LLM for healthcare. But you have to build that application in that way. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So okay, so I don't know if you guys, I mean, we're going to do in parallel, so hopefully you guys are testing it as well. um, so that's one. So this is warming up. So again, magic prompt, engineered output, great. It defines role, personas, and parameters, and why this works. But it's not deterministic in the case of if it is not if the response is not defined very well. We will see an example later where we will do a live email, automated email parsing, and that could be for like you're returning a good, like you bought something online and you're returning. Afran is going to show that. So that email is going to can look at the order number, it can look at and against the order number it can go and find, was it bought in the last 30 days, and it can write a right response. It can understand the frustration level of the customer. So in such cases, you can be much more deterministic, or much more control deterministic, I want to say. Okay, so optimize. So this is a magic prompt optimize output, writes in a very different way. It uses all this different criteria to write a great prompt, so that it has a amazing story. So what you could do is always go to the you can learn it, or you can go and use the magic optimizer to optimize your prompt, so that you get a great output. You can use it for writing social, but you can also use it for writing codes as well as API prompts. So you can use that optimizer for engineering, for marketing, and also for vibe coding. Okay. I wanna go into the cool part. Let me see how we are doing at the time. We are 1 hour. Okay. So I want to go cool part. Many of you have heard of VLM. If you have not, it's called visual. You are using it, by the way, but you probably you are using all the time. It's a visual language model, and basically it's a also known. It's used in a multimodal AI model. So a lot of the Gemini and ChatGPT, all of them are have that capability now because you can generate image and video as well. So what it does is jointly processes and interprets the image, video, text. So it uses the visual and LLM together. So vision encoder with LLM is VLM. So we're going to show you some of the capabilities of the VLM. So, this is a reverse engineering. I thought, as the engineers, I think we all love to have reverse engineer. So you have image to prompt. So you take an image online and you want to create the prompt out of it. And once you have created the prompt out of it, you can use the prompt again to recreate the image. That's great, or you can play with it by changing something. So we will use the multimodal VLM analysis and it supports our uh, all most of the popular uh, file format for the images, and then we will deconstruct it to get things like the lighting, the color, the code, the character. We will the texture. So we will really parse the image into small. Think about pixels, and then extracting those into some valuable data that will allow us to actually modify and create something totally new. And then we can also use it to generate obviously also we support VO and sorry, Nano Banana here. So and so you can drag drop and do it. So this is the place. It's called image to prompt. I will show it to you, and then you will have the exercise after that. So you can do input graphics, you can reverse prompt it, and you can do visual artics, aesthetic. You can change. You can make it the day, or you can change the day to night. You can make it warm. You can make it sunset. You can make it snowfall. So this is an example. This is not created by us. It's taken from Free Peak. I think it has a new name now. So it's downloaded from there. So this is an image. You can see this image. A lot of characters are there. So if you run this image, which I will show it to you how it works, it will extract all the key attributes of it. And so if you do that image to prompt, it actually this is the description of that image. It says it's a cinematic close-up of a woman with a wet skin, the intense glaze, uh, the whole thing. You can read through this, but this is what's picking up. It's really describing uh, that picture. Uh, and then if you were to so then what we do from that, we said we extract. So a couple of attributes we extract. We extracted the subject. In this case is a young woman with a wet skin and silk dark hair. And then you have the prop, glossy purple box gloves. You have the environment. It was heavy rain, it says. It has the lighting condition, what kind of lighting is there, and the style of it. And the style sometimes is how, where is the camera? Is the camera like a more like a drone? From the drone, it is the first person view, or is it from going from bottom to up? So depending on how the camera is moving, your video would image would look differently. So you take this. So this is coming out of that image. So what we have done so far is we have shown what we captured. Then we deciphered that image in that way. I want to set that into prompt, and then we took out the key elements of that if you modify, you can totally do something different. And so in this case, my team decided to create a majestic elven warrior, totally different from a woman to something else. It's I think Shamim who loves all this kind of things, silver armor and battle worn expression. So he decided to have this character. He changed the background to very different things, and he put all those things, and these are the things you can put on your own. But he liked, why he liked that some of the pictures characteristics, but he wanted something different, and it ended up to be this. So you can actually, and you can keep on doing it, will every time come out to be the same. So you can take an image, you can decipher it, you can find the key objects, and then if you change those key objects to describing what it is, it can end up to be totally different. So I think this is a very fun thing. You know, of course, uh, Nano Banana and others can do change your photo maybe, but to carefully control the entire environment, the lighting and everything, you need to do a little bit more than just upload your photo or anything. In this case, we didn't even upload; we just described it, and we said we wanted to keep some of those character that I talked about, those this five attributes that we have: the style, the lighting, the environment, the prop, and the subject. And it ends up to be this, which I think is a cool thing. So I would say this is a moment where you can try out. I mean, I can show you how it works. I will go over there. So you can see if I press this, this is from a public site. This image is just downloaded, so you can do that. And then, sorry, where am I? Where am I? Yeah, there. And then you go to image to prompt. So you just upload that image. I have uploaded that image. Sorry, I have downloaded that image. I have it somewhere in my in my download somewhere. I think I did this one. Yeah, that's the image. So I downloaded earlier on, and if I do that, it will analyze it. So I just want to show you. All of you can actually do it right now on your own, and you can see the whole um, deciphered and prompt is created from this image. And there is a button called customize the prompt. If you want to customize, you may not. If you take this and redo it, it will try to recreate the same image. Maybe the picture will, the photo of the exact female will change, but it will be similar because you're not giving the photo. If you were to upload the photo, then obviously of that female of another photo, then it will be exactly the same, but it will be closer to that. You can customize it, and here when you go to customize it, you decide which of the tools that you're going to use to recreate. So you say, okay, we're going to use DALL-E, and you can decide the format, which format you want, and then you can actually play with. You can have different style of selection in terms of style and medium. The lighting also you can change: soft tone, cinematic, sunset, natural light. You can change the mood, and then here you can change the subject to what my colleague had, and you just hit the prompt, and it will actually generate the new prompt. And you take that new prompt and you go to Gemini Nano Banana, and you just put it over there, and you will see the result. So um, I can pause over here and wait for people to try it out a little bit. Maybe I give you can go to Nano Banana, and I gotta sign in. Oh, okay. See, I didn't even sign in. Okay, these are all again. We are doing it all for free, so you can just put it over there in Nano Banana, the prompt, and it will just generate it. Uh, I can do it while you guys are doing it also, right? So I'll go back to my thing. So please, this is a moment I would say that this is meant to be that you try it out and see for yourself what you get. And I don't know. I mean, my creative brain is not working what to use as a subject, but right now. But you could think of any combination. But let me try something different. But again, this is where you should not be only looking at this. You should be doing on your own. So let's take a minute and do this. or on everybody's side, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I don't know what I'm creating, but as you can see, um, I'm not really no, it's not a young female. Okay, let's do a old man. How about that? Uh, Object would be, I don't know. I don't want to have a weapon. I'll just keep the same. I can't think of it right now. It's too much for me to be creative at this at 7 in the morning, my time. My creative juice is not working. Okay, so anyway, you get this prompt, you copy the prompt, very simple, and you go to Nano Banana, uh, um, and you just punch in the prompt, and you just enter it because I made some changes, right? I don't know what changes I made, but I made some changes. Um, so it should come up with something interesting. I also changed the angle of the camera, so it should have some different things. So yeah, I did a old man having a ball. I said it was snowy. I kept a lot of the same thing, and the result is something like this. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of how you can keep a lot of the characteristics, or you can change it, but you liked something. What did you like about it? We liked the way the camera was there. Focus was on the person. If you look at the female that we had, the boxer, the focus was on the person, and then there was a blurry lights behind, and which was defocused basically. That kind of things you liked it, but you wish something else, and this allows you to um, manage and manipulate your image in a better way, and you can have fun with it, right? Okay. Uh, any questions here so far? Okay. Then we're going to go to the next one, which is even more interesting, which is the video. How about you want to, from any video, you want to create a prompt? Because you like a video, you liked a, for example, you saw on your something like a 3D animation or something sticking out of your laptop, or billboards, or in nature you saw something happening and you want to recreate that prompt for reproducing it, or you want to use that as a way, as an inspiration for you to come up with something new. You could do that same thing here. This is a video to prompt. So you find the video. We'll talk about it. You put it. You just paste the link. In this case, it is a YouTube. In this case, you can upload a video, and you capture the frames, and it extracts same thing like, but this time we're extracting the motion also, not only the pixel but the whole motion, the whole effect, and you can reproduce it in VO, in Runway, or in Luma AI. We'll show it to you, and so it has cinematic and film, marketing, ads, animation, video. So people who are thinking of going in the creative world, or want to create marketing ad business for something else, this could be a very helpful, where you found something online that is very nice and you wish you could replace that with your product and with a different scene. This is your choice. Boom, you can get it, you can do it. So let's see what my colleagues have done. Okay, we talked about the platforms are there. That I said you had to get to the Luma AI. Not sure anybody has signed up to the Luma AI, but because you can use Gemini's VO. That's also there, but you know, or Flow TV. Also, Google has Flow TV, so if you have that, you can use that also. There are some of the Chinese company like Kling and Pika and so on. So there are many options of doing that to test your video. But let's look at what let's look at an example, I would say. And obviously, if you do that, you can imagine the use case of this could be huge in different areas in movies, in commercial ads, in medical and scientific areas. Also, you can actually very quickly create a video of your own liking the way you want it. So if you can see this, I think I have the sound on. So this is with the sound. So this is not a still image. So this is taken from a YouTube. We can, I will show you the link, but we download it. And if you look at this, this is the original image of a tiger. So let's play this one. So we have this original image, and so the video to prompt, so input for the videos, it has picked up all this um, characteristics of the scene, the key subjects, the camera style, the mood and atmosphere. So it has done all of those, and then it extracted out the subject, action, environment, camera, and visual details. So subject in this case is tiger, action is charging through, environment is given, camera is low angle tracking point. So you have this same like the image. We are able to pull this one, and then we decided, you know what? My colleague decided it's what did he say? Persian lion. He wants it to be a Persian lion, still charging a little bit of the environment, low angle. So I think he kept almost everything same, just changed one variable. Looks like it, pretty much. So he instead of tiger, he wants it to be lion. And when you do that, I will show it to you how it works, but I want to show you the result. Then we can go into the live. And so this is the prompt that regenerated automatically by changing those things, and it ended up to be this. So how good it is, you can judge for yourself. So this is what you can generate just by changing things, and this is how it looks like. So that is the capability of taking something and totally changing into something. It could have been totally different, but just to give you an idea. So in this case, I would say this is a time for again another fun exercise. So you go to the video. So you can just you can see it's in a YouTube. You just take the link from here, just copy the link, right? And then let's go back to, and then you go to the video to prompt, and you go to the YouTube, because you could have uploaded your video also, but in this case we are lazy. We're just putting the prompt, and you can see the video come through immediately, and you can actually generate the prompt here. So it's actually right now doing uh, live prompt generation, and the prompt has already come, and you can copy it and reproduce it, or you can customize it. In this case, we always like to make something of our own, so we customize it, and then you can say which platform it can optimize. It's not that it is it's not going to work, but every platform has some little bit of its own characteristics, so you can even make it even better by saying, okay, I'm going to do in Google VO, for example, and is it cinematic? You have all these choices. Camera, is it drone or first person view? You can look at all those sort of things. Here's the attributes you change. tiger. In this case, he changed only to lion, Persian lion. That also. I wonder how the African lion would be. But and then you do that. You put over there. I can. So this is the time I would say that everybody please go along with me and do it. We are almost 1 hour 15 minutes, and I'm trying to rush through because there's so much of the AI agents and all the other things that we're going to have fun. But this is just a very fun part of the exercise. So I don't know. Is it called African lion? Does something like that exist? I don't know. Or some. But anyway, you can change your thing and you'll get the prompt. I think you all understand that, and I can wait for a while. And you can use I don't know if you have ever used Google Flow TV or Luma AI. Again, I made sure each one of those platform I'm going for the first time so that you know that it's not I'm not even signed on or anything. Just showing you that these are all um, free tool, at least some credits every month and so on you can get. And oh yeah, okay, I guess I have to do this, and then you can do a new project. And oh, come on, my bad. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Okay, so you can actually create your video also here, or you can go to the Luma. Luma is also there, and same thing here. You sign in over there. The only thing with Luma is that it's going to ask your mobile number to authenticate, but it's free credits, and you get replenished every month. So you can use Luma to create your 3D video. So this is for fun. All we're having is the first session is all fun, and then I want to wait. I think we are going to get to the. This is the end of the module one, which is 1 hour 15 minutes. It has been a very long one, and I went very fast uh, because I just wanted to give you a taste, a flavor of what it is. But it is also the platform is also there for you. Um, you can use it and play and have your first-hand experience of this. So I will pause here before I go to the second one, which I will call my colleague, my teammate Afran, to go through a little bit heavy stuff. Let me get rid of this. AI assisted development, which is going to be very interesting. But I will give maybe a minute and or two. If anybody have any question, they can also ask the question right now. Others can keep on trying to see you are able to use it for the video or the image. Uh, anyway, I always like this kind of fun things. So any questions out there? Any hands out there? No?
Maybe
Okay. All
if
good, right?
anyone wants to share ideas or what they have prepared, or they can even write on the chat later on or raise hands.
Okay,
So
great.
we can.
So now next we go to the now we are getting into the now we have done with a lot of fun stuff. This is also fun. I think Afran will say this is also fun. But this is really how to use now in your business, and the goal of a lot of the agentic AI and AI agent is actually uh, to reduce the mundane task, the boring task. Thousands of email comes, and companies have to respond, and return of goods or queries of this and that. So how do you do that? So with that, I want to say, Saffron, you unmute yourself and
Yeah.
you get on. I can flip the slides. But
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
I have also the slides, so I can share from my side also.
now let's. Oh yeah, you're going to also do some live, right?
Yeah, I have to do some live.
Okay, let's see if you got the permission. Let me see. Let me unshare. Try to share, otherwise, Katharina can give you the permission to share your slides.
I just sent it a request.
Yes, just a second.
I already sent the
Now
link. Yeah,
you can try.
thank you. Thank you. So I will share my screen. So first of all, thank you, and thanks for joining to all. So I'll try to do something fun, like Mahabubul sir. And as you can see here, we just made a plan to make an agent for Gmail so that it can reply automatically whenever, if you are not in the computer on your phone, or let's say you don't have access, but still it will respond. So, and then we can see the AI depth, how we can create any kind of large scale or enterprise type projects with Claude. So we'll discuss about it later. So first we are going to talk about the agent part, and we'll try to do it live. So as you can see, why we need this inbox overload, time wasted, human error, poor experience. So there are a lot of things. And what we are building a Python agent that reads your Gmail, generates smart replies with Gemini AI. So the brain behind the agent is Gemini. You can use different LLM APIs like OpenAI, Grok, Claude, or whatever you want. For now, we are planning to use Gemini, as Gemini is free. So you can use it for some prior, and also it can send automatically 24/7. So here is a approach. So Gemini AI will generate contextual human-like replies, and then there would be smart filtering. So we will not maybe cover all the things, but we'll try to see how you can create your own agent for free. So, and it has, dry run mode, so that we can run it on our computer. If we don't want to host it to cloud, if we want to only run it to our computer, we can do that as well. So it would have a auto replied level, and it will check for any new email in every 30 seconds. So then it has the technology stack. We are going to use Python. So you can simply go to your, just open any browser and search for Python and just download and install it on your computer. And then we have to turn on Gemini API. We'll turn it on from GCP, Google Cloud Program. I will show you how to turn on. It's simple. And then we need Gemini, API key, as we're using Gemini for the brain of the agent. And we also need 0 2.0 for secure Gmail authentication. Then it will have a JSON knowledge base. So suppose knowledge base is important, because suppose when AI will reply automatically, what it will reply if we don't provide it any knowledge about yourself. So that's why we have a knowledge base part here. But we are not going to use RAG right now, because we don't have much time for that. And then for secure API management, we can use python.env. And then if we just look how it will work, the agent flow, first Gemini API will fetch all the emails Then it will filter and parse, then build AI prompt, which will be done with knowledge base. Then Gemini will generate the reply and it will send the reply plus label email, or let's say without label. So this is the process actually. Our agent will work with this style. And so if I just move forward, so in this slide, you will see a prompt. So for now, I already created the prompt so that I can save you time. So I'll simply copy and paste. Right now, we don't have time to write the prompt. So this is the prompt, and we are going to use anti-gravity IDE. I think you all of know that anti-gravity is free. So we can do that. We can do the similar thing with Codex, which is from GPT. We can use Claude Code from Anthropic, but those things are paid. Only with anti-gravity, we have some free models. As you can see, we have Gemini 3.5 Flash and some other from Gemini. We have Claude Sonnet 4.6, Claude Opus 4.6. Although if we use anti-gravity, it has a free tier. So we are now going to use the free tier, and with the free tier, we'll be able to create our agent. So you can simply, if you don't have anti-gravity, just go to Google and search for anti-gravity and just download this part. And now we have the prompt, what we are going to build. We already seen that what we are going to build. We're going to build an agent. So sorry. Yeah, we are going to build an agent, and this is the agent flow. So simply what I will do, I have chose the model is Claude Opus 4.6 because we know that this is the most powerful model. And Claude is now behaving like world top 100 software engineers. So Claude is very powerful, and but we have to know how we can make it powerful with human touch. With human touch, we can make it more powerful actually. So what I did, I just created a folder, and then in the folder, we'll create our agent. So I'm just copy and pasting my prompt. So build a Python Gmail auto reply agent with these files. So, but if you want, you can write a simple prompt. Suppose I need an agent for Gmail auto reply, and we already have AI prompt mixer, so you can beautify your prompt from AI prompt mixer as well. And right now, I'm not adding complicated things like RAG or any vector databases. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. And I will not also connect any backend with that, like Firebase or any other backends. But if you want, you can do that. So simply, we are going to create a Python Gmail auto reply agent with these files. So those are the simple files. And the agent should authenticate with Gmail API using Auth 2.0 to secure the process. It will pull all the unread emails in every 30 seconds. So also it will filter out those things and will provide a knowledge of it. So just if you want, you can also check the slide and check the whole prompt. For now, for saving time, I'm just processing it. So I'll just click on the button and let's see what happened. It will start thinking about the prompt, and then it will start writing code for our agent. So it started working. And right now I'm not using any paid approach. I'm using the free tier. And another thing, I mean, it's working. So while it's working, I want to share something. We can simply go to GCP, as we need to enable Gmail API. We have to enable other things as well. So simply just go to GCP, create a project. Before creating a project, just go to console. I already have an account on GCP. So as you can see, I have a project. It's just for testing purpose, banded. So if you simply write here, Gmail API. And you can see the API. So just click on it and it will be disabled by default from your side. So right now it's enabled. So if I click, as you can see, the API is enabled. So if I click on manage, so this is the API right now we are using. We can disable it from here as well. So I already enabled it. So that's why I'm showing you how you can enable it. And okay, it's still thinking.
Claude always takes longer than
Yeah.
the Gemini. That's
Correct.
that's one of the things. But
So we have to enable this API. So I'm waiting for the response. I mean, if it gets failed, so I already have a source code for that. So maybe I'll explain it from there.
yeah, I want to say something over here
Yeah.
is that when people are using the models, understand that always the the thinking there are fast model, there are balanced model, and there are thinking model. The thinking models are very expensive, so they are supposed to be the most sophisticated one. You don't need that 90% of the time. And so what it means is that you'll be using less tokens so that then your free tier service, you'll be able to use much more. So whenever you get an option, you need to think a little bit about what model am I using, which vendor I'm using, who is good in each of the models. So having a little bit knowledge of the model is a very important aspect. Um, as you use more and more, you know that where Gemini excels, where Claude excels, where OpenAI does, and also the cost of the token are very important because as Afran is pulling through, you want to say that um, right now what you're using AI, believe me, it is subsidized. It is not the real price. The real price of AI is much more because Anthropic just secured the next level of funding of at a valuation of 900 billion, approaching 1 trillion. Just a month ago was OpenAI closed their last round for 825 billion. So, and both of them are going towards IPO. So when a company goes IPO, there will be shareholder pressure to have profitability. As soon as the profitability will hit them every quarter, they will turn on the subscription or they will reduce the number of tokens. They will do all kinds of things to bump up the revenue. So you need to know how to use which model and how to optimize your token cost. It's not your ability to get the result, it's your ability to get the result at the most cost effective way. That is a very important because if your business is relying on something that you have no idea of what that cost is going to be or how it can change significantly, then you are probably in a tougher position. uh, there was a question over here, I see something. Yeah, that's a good one. So the question was like, at some point we will just move the platforms. Yes, if you build it in a okay, very interesting. I mean, we need to have alternatives, right? That's the key. So, as Afran is pulling, Afran, you're not sharing your desk, right?
Yeah,
Yet.
I just stopped sharing
Okay.
from doing. So yeah.
Okay, and there is also a request for a 5 minutes break. I can see that. So maybe should Afran, should I take the break now? Whether if you are
Yeah.
having some challenges.
I think that would